I fed my garden pulverized rice, and the transformation was beyond belief. Honestly, I wasn't expecting much the first time I sprinkled pulverized rice into my garden beds. It was a casual experiment, something I did out of curiosity more than confidence. But, within days, my dull, struggling plants began to glow with a richness I hadn't seen all season. Leaves turned greener, stems stood stronger, and, well, the soil itself seemed to come alive. What happened next completely changed how I look at soil health forever. On Crop Corner, we're uncovering how a single pantry staple, plain rice, can awaken your garden from the roots up, and why pulverizing it might just be the most powerful soil hack you've never tried. How a common grain became my secret soil booster. Rice is far more than a kitchen essential. It's pure microbial fuel. Every grain holds a powerhouse of starches, proteins, and trace minerals that beneficial soil organisms feed on. When these microbes consume rice, they don't just digest it, they multiply, releasing enzymes and acids that unlock trapped nutrients in the soil. The result is a thriving underground ecosystem that feeds your plants naturally and continuously. Here's the magic. While whole rice releases its benefits slowly over time, pulverized rice works instantly. Grinding rice into a fine powder exposes every bit of its nutrient-rich interior, giving soil microbes immediate access. It's like flipping a biological switch in your garden. Within a week, you can see visible improvement, lusher leaves, faster growth, and stronger stems. The difference is so dramatic that it feels almost supernatural. The science behind the transformation. What's really happening beneath the surface is a beautiful dance of biology. Pulverized rice provides a feast for beneficial bacteria like lactobacillus, which thrive on starch. As they digest it, they release lactic acid, nature's own soil activator. This acid helps dissolve minerals like phosphorus and potassium that were previously locked away, making them instantly available to plants. At the same time, these microbes crowd out harmful pathogens, preventing common soil problems such as root rot and nutrient lockout. It's a natural defense system powered by biology rather than chemicals. Once you introduce pulverized rice, your soil becomes an active living network of microorganisms working together to nourish and protect your crops. You don't need anything fancy, just plain uncooked white rice. Here's how I do it, step by step. First, take 1 cup of dry rice and blend it for about 60 seconds in a high-speed blender or coffee grinder until it becomes a fine, flour-like powder. That's your magic dust. Right there. For seedlings or young transplants, add 1 tablespoon of rice powder per planting hole. Mix it slightly below where the roots will sit so that the young roots grow directly into this microbial buffet. After planting, pour about 1 pint of water, that's 2 cups, per plant to activate the microbes. For larger established plants that need a boost, sprinkle 2 tablespoons of rice powder evenly around the drip line. Gently work it into the top inch of soil and water with about half a gallon per plant. Within 7 to 10 days, you'll notice a visible difference: healthier leaves, thicker stems, and stronger flowering in crops like tomatoes, peppers, and cucumbers. You can also use this formula in compost. Just sprinkle a thin layer of pulverized rice powder between every layer of compost material and mist lightly with water, about 1 cup per square foot. This microbial infusion raises internal compost temperatures, speeding up decomposition and turning rough organic matter into rich, black gold in record time. So, why does pulverized rice work so quickly? The secret lies in surface area. When rice is ground, its surface expands thousands of times, making starches and proteins instantly accessible to soil life. Microbes thrive, multiply rapidly, and release enzymes that freelock nutrients, such as nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. These are the same nutrients plants need most for healthy growth. The fine rice particles also improve soil structure by holding moisture longer and creating micro pockets that allow air and water to circulate freely. Within just 2 weeks, compact, lifeless soil begins to loosen. You'll start seeing more earthworms, a richer earthy scent, and that soft, crumbly texture that every gardener dreams of. Chemical fertilizers might give you a quick green-up, but pulverized rice builds living soil that sustains growth for the long term. It's not artificial, it's biological regeneration at its finest. After experimenting across seasons, I learned that while pulverized rice delivers rapid results, whole rice serves as the long-term foundation. Whole grains decompose slowly, providing a steady food source for microbes and fungi over several months. When I prepare a new bed, or refresh an old one, I mix 1 cup of whole rice grains into every 4 square feet of soil, working it about 6 inches deep, along with compost. Then I water thoroughly, about 1 gallon per square foot. This deep soaking triggers microbial colonization. The grains slowly break down, forming air pockets that improve aeration and drainage while supporting mycorrhizal fungi, those incredible networks that link plant roots and help transport nutrients and water. Over time, your soil develops a resilient structure that stays loose, fertile, and rich in microbial life. The best approach I've found isn't choosing between pulverized and whole rice, it's using both strategically. Pulverized rice is my emergency boost when plants look weak or soil seems depleted. Whole rice is my slow-release investment that keeps soil life active between seasons. So, just a quick word of caution and, well, common sense here. Like any organic material, rice really needs to be used wisely. If you use too much or let it get too wet, it can ferment or, attract rodents. The key is moderation and making sure you incorporate it properly. Always mix it well into the soil, or just cover it lightly with compost to avoid any surface fermentation. Honestly, it's best to start with small amounts and see what works for your garden's unique conditions. Once I started following this practice consistently, I gotta say, the results really amazed me. In one test, I treated half of my tomato bed with pulverized rice and left the other half just as it was. In about 10 days, the treated plants had thicker stems, darker leaves, and, well, nearly twice the blossoms. Within 3 weeks, their yield actually doubled. The transformation wasn't some miracle, it was just microbiology in motion. Rice might seem pretty ordinary sitting on your kitchen shelf, but out in the garden, it's honestly anything but. Pulverized rice gives you fast, visible growth, while whole rice adds lasting fertility and improves soil structure. Put them together, and you're building a living soil ecosystem that feeds, protects, and revitalizes your plants from the ground up. So next time you're reaching for that bag of rice in the pantry, maybe take a second look. It's more than just dinner. It could be your garden's next big upgrade. If this guide inspired you, hey, make sure to subscribe to Crop Corner for more proven natural gardening secrets, and, share this video with a fellow grower who's ready to turn their soil into a living masterpiece, because, honestly, your best harvest might be just one handful of rice away.